Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about the life cycle and pathogenicity of Taenia solium. Generally, Taenia solium is known as pork tapeworm. And why it is known as pork tapeworm? Because the term tapeworm is a common name for several parasitic flatworms of the class Cystoda. Let's see the structural characteristic of the Taenia solium. Taenia solium has a pear-shaped head which bears 28 curved chitinoid hooks arranged in two rows and four adhesive suckers. The body of Taenia solium is like ribbon shaped, which can be of 2 to 3 meters long and consists of about 800 to 900 segments, and each segments are known as proglottids. Just behind the head there is a small unsegmented region which may be called the neck, which is known as strobila. Each proglottid is a complete hermaphrodite sexual unit. That means each proglottid has male and female reproductive part. Comes to the reproductive organs of Taenia solium. The reproductive organs of Taenia solium first appear at 200th segment. The male part of the reproductive system appears first, becomes mature at about 400th segment, and the posterior segments are filled up with greatly increased uterus, heavily loaded with developing embryos. The male organs of Taenia solium consist of much lobed testes with efferent ducts, vas deferens, and serous opening in the genital atrium by the male genital aperture. The female organs of Taenia solium consist of a paired ovary with their ducts, uterus, yolk glands with ducts, cell glands with ducts, ootype, receptaculum seminis, and the vagina opening in the genital atrium through the female genital aperture. With the development of the uterus, the other reproductive organs are degenerated, and the gravid uterus looks like a longitudinal stem with 5 to 10 lateral branches. Fertilization and development in Taenia solium. Eggs are fertilized in the oviduct and self or cross fertilization may take place. The zygote becomes surrounded by yolk and a chitinoid egg cell and passes to the uterus. The right proglottids loaded with developing embryos get detached in chains of 5 or 6 and pass to the exterior with the feces of the host. These type of proglottids are known as gravid proglottids. The proglottids are eaten up by pig. Muscles of the segments get digested and 6 hooked or hexacanth embryos are liberated. Hexacanth embryo or oncosphere. The body of Taenia solium is rounded and enclosed in two membranes. 6 curved chitinoid hooks are present at one end. The embryos both bore the wall of the gut of the host with the hooks and reach the voluntary muscles where the hooks are lost. The embryo then enters the general circulation, usually through the portal vein, and reaches the following organs in succession, like from liver to right side of the heart, and from right side of the heart to the lungs, from there to the left side of the heart, and into the systematic circulation. The Embryo is filtered out and finally enters the muscular tissue. Here the embryo increases greatly in size, having a large cavity filled up with watery fluid which is assumes a bladder-like structure. A hollow invagination in growth takes place at one point of the bladder, and on the inner surface of this invagination develop 28 hooks and 4 suckers, characteristic of the head of adult Taenia. The hollow in growth becomes everted and the suckers and hooks come close to the surface. The embryo now looks like a bladder with a head, neck of Taenia lying within it. This is known as bladder worm or cysticercus stage. It is rich in salt and albuminous material, and when the pig's flesh is infected with the cysticercus, it is known as measly pork. If a portion of measly pork is eaten by man, the bladder is dissolved in the gastric juice. The gastric juice causes the albuminous material to swell up and forces the fluid into the cavity. Thereby, the head comes out through the pore. The scolex attaches itself to the wall of the intestine by hooks and suckers and develops the series of proglottids to reach the adult stage. The worm gains sexual maturity by 2 to 3 months time and survive for 25 years or more. So, this is the life cycle of Taenia solium, which starts from the oncosphere stage where the cysticercus larva developed into the muscle of the pig. Then the oncospheres hatch in this picture. We can see that the life cycle of Taenia solium contains 5 phases, which starts from the egg contamination. Adult tapeworm in the human intestine releases eggs in feces. Contaminated feces can spread in the environment and especially in areas with poor sanitation. Then the stage is known as pig infection stage, where pigs ingest contaminated food or water directly or indirectly through the human feces. Oncosphere hatch from eggs in the pig's intestine and penetrate the intestinal wall. Larvae migrate to various tissues forming cysticercus larvae. Human infection stage, which is known as teniasis. Humans become infected by consuming undercooked pork containing cysticerci. Cysticerci in ingested pork attach to the human small intestine and the life cycle continues. Then comes the human cysticercosis stage. If humans ingest eggs through contaminated food or water, cysticerci can develop in various tissues, causing cysticercosis. Then the life cycle completion stage. Humans placed eggs in feces, completing the cycle when pigs consume contaminated material. So, the Taenia solium infection can be prevented by the proper cooking of pork, sanitation and hygiene practices. Additionally, regular deworming of pigs helps break the cycle. Understanding the life cycle is crucial for implementing the effective control measures.